Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So today in this video, I'm actually going to show you a very interesting scenario unfolding right now with Bitcoin price action and also with Ethereum. So first we are going to look into Bitcoin USD starting here in a daily time frame, because we can see very clearly that this price level to the downside around 29,000 to 30,000 is actually holding your price very strong, because you can see guys, this lower line here has acted as a very strong support. Because if we remember the video from yesterday, this example here, descending triangle, because I told you guys that this descending triangle, the lower line could be acting as a very strong support. And you can see yesterday we did saw some sort of a price pullback, but price was still able to find support around the lower line area around this 29,000 to 30,000 price level. And you can see since then the price is actually holding its ground. And also if you look at this descending triangle, we are actually arriving at this end point. So after that, the price of Bitcoin is definitely going to choose one trend direction. It could be either way, right? It could be here to the upside, or it could also be to the downside. So today I'm actually going to show you both kind of scenario. If this is going to head in upper direction, what kind of scenario could be unfolding, and if this is going to be a trend to the downside, then also what kind of scenario we should look for. Because right now you can see a very clear indication that the price here is actually finding a very strong support here to the downside. And what we can do to find out the support here is very strong. We can use this parallel channel, because you can see here guys, if I use this parallel channel to pinpoint some area of support and resistance, again you will see that this parallel channel has also acted as a very strong support, the lower line area, right? You can see the upper line was a very strong resistance, and now the lower line is acting as a support. Because if you remember my video, I talked about this Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase, and according to this Wyckoff, this here is more likely going to be some sort of a range bound type of market. There could be many fake outs and then still price holding its ground and continue its journey in an upper direction. This is what we talked in my previous video, because if you look at this lower line, not just only with this descending triangle scenario, right, this descending triangle lower line, but also with this parallel channel, you can see the lower line has been respected, which is around 29,000 to 30,000 price level. If you want to look at this in a bit different way, what we can also do is look at this here in a 4-hour time frame. Guys, we can add trend line here again. Why? Because if we look at the price structure here, this price movement what we are witnessing could also be making a very nice falling wedge. You can see the lower line here has acted as a very strong support, right? And the upper line acted as a strong resistance, right? So now, not only just because the lower line of this descending triangle or the parallel channel was acting as a support to the downside, but also this falling wedge is acting as a very strong support here to the downside. So that's why around this 29,000 price level, around this 30,000, we have a very strong support. And let's say if this falling wedge is going to see any sort of a breakout, if that is going to happen, then we would be looking somewhere around like 41,200 could be our upper target area if this is going to pan out as a falling wedge. Another support around this 29,000 is this here. If you have watched my video, this monthly candle open level has acted as a very strong support and resistance. Both you can see every time when the price tend to open above this monthly candle open level, the price had a really nice move in an upper direction. You can see here, once we were actually able to find support and open above the monthly candle open level, price had a really nice move. So now we are witnessing this price pullback, and look at this. This price is also getting attracted towards this monthly candle open level, which is also playing as a very strong support. So now you can see in our picture here, we have 3 or 4 type of scenario which we just talked. One was this descending triangle, very strong support. You can see here the price structure here. And the second scenario was this parallel channel, which was also acting as a very strong support here to the downside, right? This downside along with this descending triangle. You can see the price structure what we are witnessing is similar to this here, right? So this price movement. And another scenario what I also included was this falling wedge, right? So this falling wedge was also playing out, and it is also holding the price at this current stage around this 30,000 to 29,000 price level. And not only this, also the monthly candle open level line around this 29,000 is going to be there. And this is also a very good reason why the price of Bitcoin has got a very strong support around this 29,000 to 30,000 price level. So even if we are going to see any sort of a fake out, you know, this Wyckoff reaccumulation phase is also going to be a range bound market. Let me also show you some example, because if this is going to play as a descending triangle, then you can see here. So this is how the descending triangle scenario actually looks like. This is what I'm also focusing right now, because this here, this impulsive move, this consolidation phase, right? You can see this impulsive move in our case also, and now what we are witnessing is also more like a consolidation phase, because I told you regarding this Wyckoff's reaction phase, this here is more likely going to be a range bound market condition, right? This is what we were expecting, and then you can see another impulsive move in an upper direction from here on, maybe somehow like this here. So this was one example which I'm actually looking at right now, and another falling wedge pattern which I also just showed you with this current example. I'm actually looking at this type of scenario, because this is going to be this impulsive move, consolidation phase, and a impulsive move again to the upside. So these are some positive scenarios what could be playing out right now for Bitcoin. And if we look at this in a negative way, you can also say that, hey, now maybe the price of Bitcoin, let's switch this time frame into daily time frame. You can see this price structure here could be flashing that maybe we could be heading straight here in a downward direction in this manner. Because right now, if you look at this structure here, this was the high, this was the low, right? The previous low. So now you can see lower highs, lower lows. So if this was the high, then now we could also be making a lower low type of scenario. So if this is going to play out with lower high, lower low continuation pattern, this could be pushing the price around the lower line area of this descending channel. So this could actually bring us to the downside around this 27,000 price level, which we were actually talking about. If this is going to see a pullback, then we would be expecting some sort of a movement in this manner, and price again continue, because this could still play out as a Wyckoff's reaccumulation phase, because I showed you two different scenarios with Wyckoff. One with spring, that was actually a fake out, liquidating all the longs and then heading in upper direction, and other one was more like a shakeout type of scenario and then moving in an upper direction. So this is what I actually see right now looking at this price action of Bitcoin. And now let's have a quick look at Ether price action. So before I switch into the other chart, guys, I just want to make you aware that we still have the $620 bonus available right now if you use my Bybit link here, because this is only for limited time. You just have to follow some simple steps. I have written it down all for you. And also, if you look at this bonus structure here, if you deposit 0.01 Bitcoin, you are eligible to claim this $115 bonus, or if you deposit 0.05 Bitcoin, you are going to claim this $150 bonus. Or let's say if you are going to deposit 1.5 Bitcoin, then you are eligible to claim this $600 bonus completely free. So what you can do is, after your initial deposit, after claiming this bonus structure, you can withdraw your initial deposit. So you are only going to play with this bonus structure you just received from Bybit that was completely free. So even if the trend is going to go against you, this was actually the free money, right? So why not to take advantage of this opportunity? So now let's look at this ETHERUSD chart. So now if we come back to this ETHERUSD chart in a 4-hour time frame, guys, you can see since yesterday the price of Ether has seen some sort of a rejection. We came there, we found a very strong support, and now we are moving in an upper direction. So right now, this trend lines here, this trend line could be a very, very important line of support and also resistance. This trend line to the upside is going to be around 1,350. So right now, this price movement here of Ether, which is around $1,320 right now, could be getting gravitated towards this upper line target area. So if we are also able to manage to break above this 1,350, then the next target would be around 1,440 price level. And to the downside, I still believe that this 1,250 is going to hold the price very, very strong. And if that's also going to fail, then the lower target area is going to be around this 1,140. And the worst case scenario would also be this here, where the price could come all the way around this 1,045 price level. But I'm actually personally looking around this price structure here, right? So this 1,250 is going to be a very, very strong support, as I've already said in my yesterday's video. And you can see price after reaching that level is showing some sort of a movement and also being respected. So even if this is going to be any sort of a pullback, I'm more expecting a bounce from this 1,250 and heading to the upper target, because I'm still very, very bullish on Ether, to be honest, guys. And also what we can do is we can look at this price structure in a bit different way. Let me show you this chart here. So right now what we can also do, guys, is we can use this ascending channel. We want to see where are some resistance line and where are some support line right now for Ether, because if you look at this price structure using this ascending channel, you can clearly see that the upper line here has acted as a very, very strong resistance, and lower line has acted as a very, very strong support. So you can see clearly the price movement inside this could be following this ascending channel. But if you look at this area, this top here, or this top here, or the previous one here, you can see, and the lower boundaries here, right? You can clearly see, guys, this is a very, very nice higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern if you want to look it properly, right? So even if the trend is going to see any rejection or reversal around this 1150 price level or 1145 price level, we can still see this here to the downside, right? This area 1150, you can see there is still a very important support. If this is going to happen, I mean the price pullback going to be around the lower line area, because even if this is going to happen, right, even if this is going to happen, this is still making a higher lows. You can see this is still a higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern. So we could expect after that the price could be heading in this manner here, right? So this is also one scenario I wanted to talk in today's video. And if we look at this here, just look at this rising trend line. Let me change the color here. So you can see here, once we were unable to hold the price because it was acting as a very strong support, right, showing us the trend direction. But once we were unable to find support, we came straight towards the lower line area. And if you look another example here, you can also see this price movement. Once we were unable to find support at this rising trend line, price headed straight to the lower area, just like here, right? So now if you look at this price structure and say that, hey, since the price has already failed to find support at this rising trend line, now we could be also heading towards the lower line area. So and if this is going to happen, then we also know we have a very strong support around this 1150 1145 price level. I will be still looking at this as a continuation pattern, guys. We can also monitor this price movement exactly here, right, using this descending channel. So now you can see in a bigger ascending channel, we could be forming another descending channel, the smaller descending channel, which is also indicating since we are broken out of this upper line of this descending channel, right, we could be also seeing a move in upper direction. That is also possible before even touching the lower line area. So these are some scenarios I see right now looking at the price action of Bitcoin and also Ethereum. So guys, this is what I actually wanted to share with you in today's video. I hope this video was helpful enough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If that's the case, then hit the like button. Also, if you're watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.